Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over the NBA slate on DraftKings for Friday, March 2nd. We have 10 games today, so a lot of games, a lot of players to look at. I'm not going to waste any time. Just make sure you guys drop a like on the vid. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you click that subscribe button down below, so that way you'll never miss out on any of my new uploads. But starting off at point guard, on today's 10-game slate, we got kind of Westbrook and Curry really our top options here. Westbrook's in a great spot going up against the Suns. Curry also has a pretty good matchup as well going up against the Hawks. I really like Westbrook here. Just such a good matchup against Phoenix. Westbrook is definitely a guy I'm trying to pay up for. I know he's expensive at $11,800, but it is a 10-game slate. Even if you don't see a lot of good value you like right now, there's a good chance some value is going to open up. We do have a lot of injuries to pay attention to throughout the day that could open up value. I think it's going to be pretty easy to fit Westbrook in. And in this matchup against the Suns, I don't know how he doesn't get the job done here. Even if this game gets ugly and it blows out, there's still a good chance the reason it blows out is because Westbrook's playing so well. He did put up 61 DraftKings points earlier this year against the Suns, played 33 minutes, had 26 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, got a triple-double against them earlier this year. So I really like Westbrook here. I think it's very safe. We know he has a ton of upside here as well. And I think it's going to be pretty easy to fit him in today. So I like paying up for Westbrook at point guard. You can't go wrong with Curry. You do get $2,000 in savings if you go down to him, and he also has a great matchup against Atlanta, but I just feel like Westbrook's really safe here, and I think he has a ton of upside, so I'm going to be paying up for him. Guys like Oladipo, Ben Simmons, Brad Beal, I don't think these are guys I'm really using in cash today. Maybe for tournaments you could go there, like Lou Will. You could play these guys in tournaments, but they're not really optimal plays for me, guys I'm really trying to jam in. So maybe if we want to go to this mid-range, could have some potential really good options here. Eric BLEDSOE against the Pacers could be a really good play today. We don't have any news on Giannis as I'm recording this on Thursday night, but it looks like he did have to leave their last game. I believe they played Wednesday, and Giannis had to leave that game early because of injury, I believe. And he is listed as questionable for today, so if Giannis misses, that could definitely make Eric BLEDSOE a really good play here at $7,200. It's probably going to be a lock for me if Giannis is out. Just BLEDSOE gets so much usage. Him and Chris Middleton are going to be great plays today. If Giannis is out, those are going to be guys we have to kind of watch throughout the day. Not really going to be playing BLEDSOE at $7,200 on this slate if Giannis plays. So definitely an injury we're going to want to watch. He's really the mid-tier play I like, just at least for if we're talking about optimal plays. Like, there's good tournament plays here you can maybe go to, like Dennis Schroeder against the Warriors. If you think this game somehow stays close, Dennis Schroeder could be a big reason why. Fast-paced game against the Warriors does set up well for his game, so you can play Schroeder. He's cheap at $6,600. Maybe a guy like DSJ. He's got a great matchup against the Bulls, but these aren't really guys I'm jamming in today. Andrew Harrison's been playing really well lately, but he is priced up to $6,300. Not sure if I really want to go to him at that price, especially when I can get a guy like Ricky Rubio for $400 less. Really like Rubio here. Just $5,900 in a revenge game going up against Minnesota, his former team. Did play for the Timberwolves last year, so this is sort of a revenge spot. He has played the Timberwolves twice this year, and some of those games were earlier this year when Rubio wasn't getting a ton of minutes. But lately he's been getting the minutes. The minutes have started to trim back up since he's returned from injury. I think we see Rubio play 30 or more minutes here if this is a competitive game. You would imagine it would be competitive, and it is a really good matchup. Minnesota is not that good defensively against the point guard, so I really like Rubio here at $5,900. If you're going to that mid-range at point guard, I think he's a really good option, and he's probably my favorite play if we're talking about the 5K range. Do have other good plays that are cheaper. You could go to EMMANUEL MUDIAY against the Clippers. I do really like him here. MUDIAY is coming off a very nice game. His last game against the Warriors, he played 31 minutes and put up 40 DraftKings points, had 20 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, got a block, and 2 steals as well. Shot 53% from the field, so he was shooting the ball really well. Maybe that was one of the reasons MUDIAY played that many minutes, but I think we see MUDIAY continue to see his minutes sort of uptick. The Knicks know their season's pretty much over. They're not going to go to the playoffs, so it would make sense to get some of these young guys more minutes. From now on, I think we see MUDIAY play 25 to 30 minutes every night. He's going to remain the starter. Trey Burke's been getting good minutes off the bench, but I think I would prefer MUDIAY for just $200 more, but you could play Burke at $5,100 as well. Then going for the cheap value at point guard, if we're going sub 5K, the main play I see here for value probably would be MILOS TEODOSIC at $4,500 in that same game in a matchup against the Knicks. TEODOSIC is going to be a pretty good value option here now that Tyrone Wallace is no longer with the Clippers. I believe they sent him down to the G League. TEODOSIC should be looking at some really nice minutes. He played 28 minutes. That last game against Houston had 27 DraftKings points. If Gallinari's out today, I believe he has already been ruled out. That's even a few more shot opportunities for TEODOSIC, just a little bit more usage. Like him, if you're going cheap, he's only 4,500. I think he is one of the better value plays if you're going cheap at point guard. That's really what I see at this position for the value. Andrew Harrison was listed as questionable, as you could see up there. If Harrison misses today, Mario Chalmers is probably going to be like a pretty much a lock play at just 3,500. Not going to be plugging Chalmers in because I feel like Harrison's going to play today. But if Harrison misses, Mario Chalmers, you should be locking him in all your lineups. He's going to see a ton of minutes, and he's only 3,500 dirt cheap. But let's go ahead and move on to shooting guard. Look for plays here. Guy like Devin Booker up top here. Definitely a guy I like for tournaments today, especially if you think this OKC Phoenix game stays close. We kind of saw it last game. I believe it was against the Pelicans, and in the game against Memphis a couple days after that. Really, the only reason Phoenix is being competitive right now, or if they're playing in competitive games, it's probably going to be because of Devin Booker, and he's having big scoring nights. So if you think this is one of those nights where he plays really well and has a big scoring night, this could definitely be a game you stack up. Going to be a lot of points scored here. You obviously got good plays on OKC side with Westbrook. You could play PG if you wanted to play Melo or Steven Adams. You could bring it back with some of these Phoenix guys. Devin Booker is going to be a great play today, I feel like, in tournaments. Josh Jackson we'll talk about later. I think he's going to be a great option as well if TJ Warren is out today. So that's going to be a game I do have my eye on, especially for tournaments to stack up. And Booker is a guy I like paying up for a shooting guard in GPPs. But if we're kind of looking for like cash plays here, like more optimal plays, there are a lot of good tournament plays. I think BLEDSOE is going to be a cash play if you want to play him as shooting guard. If Giannis is out, if Giannis plays, I probably won't be going to BLEDSOE just in any format. The cash plays here, I feel like the optimal plays are in this 6K range. Like Harrison maybe will be an optimal play. I don't know. We'll have to see, but I feel like he's kind of too expensive. And if TJ Warren is out today, I would much rather play Josh Jackson for just 100 less. Josh Jackson coming off one of his best games of the year. Last game against Memphis, he did start for TJ Warren and played 40 minutes, put up 50 DraftKings points, had 29 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. If TJ Warren is ruled out today, he's questionable as I'm recording this on Thursday night. If Warren misses again, I think we see Josh Jackson play a ton of minutes. Even if it blows out, Jackson usually gets some blowout run because he's one of their younger guys. They usually leave him out on the court. So I love him here at 6,200. If TJ Warren plays today, hopefully we will get that news before lock. Probably won't be on Josh Jackson, but if Warren is out, I think Jackson's a great play at 6,200. But then looking a little bit cheaper, maybe if we want to go to like this 5K range, there are some guys here that you could use, like Trey Burke, if you want to play him as shooting guard. I think he's a good 5K play. Maybe a guy like Satoransky you could use at 5,500 if you want to go to him. Not the best matchup, but he's pretty cheap. He's been playing well lately. Been playing really well for John Wall with Wall out. So you could play Satoransky. You could play Trey Burke at 5,100. Those are kind of the 5K plays I see. And then going sub 5K, it's really like TEODOSIC here that I like for cheap value. I think Mario Chalmers, I'm sure he's shooting guard eligible. Or no, he's just point guard eligible. Chalmers is a guy, though, you definitely want to look at for value if Andrew Harrison's out. But that's really it for shooting guard, at least the options that really catch my eye. So let's go ahead and move on to small forward. You got KD and Giannis up top here, two guys over 10K. Not really sure I'm going to be paying up for either of these guys today, especially since I jammed in Westbrook. It's going to be hard to play Westbrook and a guy like KD or Westbrook and Giannis. If I had to pay up for one of these guys, definitely do like Giannis here at 10-1 if he plays today. Like I said, he did have to leave their last game. He is questionable for today. If he does play, I think this is a good spot for Giannis. And he is only 10,100. That's very cheap. I believe one of the reasons he kind of saw a price decrease was because he only put up 16 DK points his last game against Detroit. Really disappointing game for Giannis. But I think we see him bounce back here. I think Giannis can get at least 45 to 50 in this spot. I feel like Westbrook has like the most upside out of anybody on this slate, but Giannis for cash at 10-1, that does seem like an optimal play. Very likely he gets you a 5 to 6x. And you do get some good savings if you want to go down from Westbrook to him. He is my favorite option at small forward if you're paying up. And you can play Booker here as well at 8,400, who I really like in tournaments. But like in this 7K, 6K range, if we want to go here, there are guys that are good plays here, but a lot of them are priced up. Like JaMychal Green, a guy I've kind of been playing lately, but he's priced up to 6,600. Otto Porter I've been on lately. I think 7K for Otto Porter is still a little bit too cheap. Porter's been giving you about a 30 point floor lately. Even when he has a disappointing game, he's still getting you 30 or more points. This isn't the best matchup against the Raptors. They're a team that plays really good defense. But Porter's done solid in this matchup. They've played 3 times this year. He's put up an average of 34 DraftKings points through 3 games against the Raptors. So you could play Porter in that mid-tier. 7K might actually still be a little bit too cheap of a price. JaMychal Green's a guy I really like, but at 6,600, just won't be paying that price for him. Chris Middleton's going to be pretty much a stone lock today if Giannis is out. He's only 6,600. Even if Giannis plays, I think Middleton is 6,600. Definitely an intriguing play. But I'll probably only be going there if Giannis is out today. And you also got Josh Jackson. I believe he's small forward eligible. You could play him in the same price range if you want to play him at small forward. But then if we're going to this 5K range, mainly BLEDSOE and Wilson Chandler are kind of the plays that stick out to me here. Especially Wilson Chandler, a guy that's been playing so well lately. Even with Paul Millsap returning, Wilson Chandler still started in their last game. Millsap's going to be on a 24-minute limit. He's going to continue to play off the bench. So I'd imagine Wilson Chandler they're going to keep him in the starting lineup. He's going to continue to play big minutes. The minutes have just been so consistent for him lately. The fantasy production kind of been up and down, but definitely has been giving you a lot of upside. And at 5,400, that's still too cheap of a price, I feel like, for Wilson Chandler, especially since he's playing almost 40 minutes a game. I like him in that 5K range if you need someone cheap to use at power forward. And I do really like this spot for Wilson Chandler, so I am going to go ahead and plug him in as one of the 5 plays today. And that's really it for the value I see at small forward, at least if we're going like in that 5K range and then going sub 5K. That's the value that really sticks out to me. So let's go ahead and move on to power forward. Not really a ton of expensive plays here I love, like PG at 9K. I didn't really mention him as small forward. Just at 9K. Won't be playing PG today. I'm really unless I stack that game. Draymond's interesting at 7,700. That does seem like too cheap of a price. Great matchup against the Hawks. You obviously have to worry about blowout, but I'm not really going to fade guys because of blowout. I think you can definitely play Draymond here if you want to pay up at power forward. This might be another position we can like go to this 7K range and then like sub 7K, like Otto Porter. I think you can play at power forward. I think he's a really good option. John Collins has been getting consistent minutes lately. You don't love that matchup with the Warriors. He's most likely going to be guarded by Draymond. But Collins has been getting solid minutes. He's a pretty good fantasy producer. Like, when he gets minutes, he's going to put up the points. He can usually get you a DraftKings point per minute. Last 4 games, he's got 30, 24, 20, and 30 DraftKings points. Has played 31, 30, 24, and 27 minutes. I think I can project Collins from about 25 to 30 minutes here. And maybe if he's playing really well, they might give him 30 or more minutes. So you could go to Collins at 5,900 if you're going to that 5K range at power forward. You got BLEDSOE as well in that same price tier who you could play. And then if we're going really cheap, like 5K and under, there isn't a ton here that I really see that I'm absolutely in love with. You could roll the dice with FELICIO at 4K against Dallas. That is a great matchup. Dallas, really bad defending bigs, really bad rebounding team. FELICIO lately been playing good minutes, 31, 30, 26 minutes his last 3 games. Definitely going to be inconsistent. You don't know what you're going to get from him. He could get you 20 to 25, or he could get you 10 DK points. You don't really know here. But it is a great matchup, and FELICIO is only 4K, so you're not taking a ton of risk rostering a guy who's only 4K. Even if he gets you 15 to 20, that won't kill you at 4K. So I think FELICIO, if you're going really cheap at power forward, is mainly the guy I see here. But that's it for this position. So moving on to center, definitely got some studs here. Got Drummond, Jokic, Embiid, Towns, all over 9K on this slate. Right now, I don't love a lot of these top options. Like Jokic has to go up against Gasol. That's a tough matchup. Embiid has to go up against Dwight Howard. That's a tough matchup. Towns has to go up against Gobert, and that's a tough matchup as well. So Drummond's probably the option I want here against the Magic. That is a great matchup for Drummond. Now that Nikola Vucevic is back, this is a great matchup just for any center going up against the Magic because Vucevic is not a very good defender. I don't really like that Drummond's price is now starting to catch up. He's back up to 9,900. Not really sure how great of a play he is at this price. Won't be going there in cash, obviously. But for tournaments, this is definitely a smash spot for Drummond where he could go off for 50 plus. So he'd be my favorite option if you're paying up for center. But definitely a lot of these expensive center options I don't feel like I have to have. Mainly can go like to this mid-range. A guy like Rudy Gobert kind of sticks out to me here as just a guy that feels too cheap at 6,900 against the Timberwolves. Great matchup. Karl Anthony Towns, he's not the best defender. And mainly the reason I like Gobert so much here is just the price at 6,900. Very likely he pays this off. He's been getting solid minutes lately, playing mid-30s in minutes just about every single game. And we know Towns plays a ton of minutes, and I feel like Gobert is going to have to be on the court when Towns is on the court. So I like him if you're going that mid-range, 6,900. He really sticks out to me. Cantor, I would love today against the Clippers, but his minutes have been so inconsistent lately. You don't really know with some of those Knicks starters besides MUDIAY. You don't really know how many minutes they're going to play. So like Beasley, Cantor, I'm probably going to be shying away from those guys like the rest of the season. But if you want to roll the dice, you could play Cantor in tournaments. Maybe if you're making a ton of lineups, you just want to take that risk. I think he does have a lot of upside here if he gets the minutes. But other center plays, kind of like the same guys like Collins I've already talked about, you could play at center. Maybe Alex Len against OKC if Tyson Chandler's out again. Len's probably going to have to play minutes to guard Steven Adams, so you could play Len at 5,600. And then that's really it for the center value. Like 5K and under, mainly the play here I like is Felicio and possibly John Henson against the Pacers. That is a great matchup. Pacers really struggle to defend centers, but John Henson lately has definitely been inconsistent. You don't really know what you're going to get from him. He's been getting pretty decent minutes, about mid-20s, close to 30 minutes a game, but he could get you 15 to 20 DK points. He could get you 25 to 30. You don't really know. But this is a great matchup. I feel like better value is going to open up. Henson probably right now is not the best value play, but if you just really need to save and you just want to fit in a couple studs, Henson is an option I see, sub 5K. But that's really it for center. For the value plays, I think that's pretty much it for this position. I think that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, just make sure you click that like button down below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe as well. And if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT, or just leave a comment down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck tonight on this slate, guys. Peace.